Hey everybody, my name is Old School Nerd. Welcome in. It's Saturday, and of course today, the return of CABAL. No, not the wrong CABAL. Yeah, this CABAL. Yeah. And we got to hurry up because I got a bunch of stuff to do after. Let's go. What do I have to do after? Well, that's the surprise. See, I got to get through this reaction very quickly because special for all of you, I have an interview with two of the members of CABAL live here on Old School Nerd. Now, I'm going to play that directly after this reaction. Why? Because it was done a few weeks ago before this video was going to be produced. And I was like, okay, tell me about the new video. And they're like, nope, you got to wait. So I waited, and here we are. So stay tuned. Right after this reaction, we're going to jump to that interview. But before we do that, let me just tell you a couple things. Check us out on oldschoolnerd.com. It's got all the social media posts, the Patreon link for those who don't support the channel, also the Old School Nerd store. We have brand new merchandise, new t-shirts, new coffee mugs, stickers, all the stuff that's pretty much focused on me. I know. Also, do me a favor, check us out on twitch.tv/oldschoolnerds, where we do all of our live streams pretty much every night of the week, where we do all the stupid stuff we can't do here on YouTube, and Old School F3, the YouTube channel. Why? Because that's where we do all the cooking and the food stuff and the films and the TV shows and all the other stuff that we can't do here. Yeah, that's a lot. Speaking of a lot, CABAL, they do a lot. But I was warned by the guys, this one's different, and they think I'm going to love it. There's only one way to find out. I'm going to push play. You ready? I ain't stopping it. Let's just enjoy the hell out of the whole thing right now. Let's go. 2 minutes, 45 seconds of goodness. Let's do it. Use of the pan, left to right, baby. I want to stop it so bad. Oh. Wow. Okay. Different than anything else from CABAL, but in a different way. Okay, this video was not about graphics and telling a story in a video. This was literally We're going to record this video. We're going to swing this blue light back and forth. We're going to play this video, and we're going to let this music do the talking for us. Literally. There's nothing fancy about this. However, let me also say that for a CABAL music song, this is a little bit different. CABAL does throw it down hard, fast, and aggressive, which is one of the reasons why, as a deathcore band, they made the name for themselves in live music. That's where they found their audience. This song is different. From the beginning to the end, instead of doing extremely fast and heavy stuff, which is their core, it's like a breakdown, a heavy downbeat breakdown from beginning to end. And it isn't just a breakdown from beginning to end that's just one dimensional. They switch it up 3 or 4 times. Even for those of us who are not fans of nothing but harsh vocals, I'll be honest, I'm one of them. This has such a dynamic groove in the musical section. This is instant, at least gym playlist. Don't play this in the car. You're going to either cause an accident or get a ticket. You know it. I have so many questions. So now let's not take any longer. I'm going to go away. Let's take it from here. Let's talk to the guys themselves. We're going to talk to the lead singer of CABAL right now, and one of the guitarists who is obviously the Kip Winger of this band because he's so pretty. My name is Old School Nerd. This is the end of my reaction, but let's get started with an interview that was recorded before I ever saw this. And now I know what they mean by that I'm going to lose my mind and love it. Let's get into it now. Hey everybody, my name is Old School Nerd, and to my right, your left, are apparently the 2 greatest Danish people in modern music history. At least that's what they told me before the interview started. This is my interview with Hans and Franz. I'm sorry, that's not their names. 2 guys from some deathcore band from Denmark. This is my interview with CABAL. One of my favorite things about doing these interviews is when I tell the people I'm interviewing, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this little interview. And then when I say, hey, this is my interview with CABAL, I'm going to play this little intro thing that plays music and this little thing. And then we'll come back and we'll talk. And it never fails. As soon as it goes to that, all you hear in the background is because they don't realize that they can be heard during and it doesn't matter because technically that's what you guys do. You guys make a lot of noise and make people very happy. So I'm excited. Okay. Please introduce yourselves to everyone who doesn't know your names and where you're from.
I'm Christian and I play guitar in the Danish deathcore band called CABAL.
Yes, I'm Andreas and I do the weird mouth noises in the Danish deathcore band CABAL.
I'm glad you said you do the strange noises, and then you put deathcore band because if you just say I make weird noises and I'm Danish,
it's not a lie though.
Yeah.
Well, no, for all of us, see, I have a largely American audience and we're fairly ignorant about everything. So I'll admit it. We'll be like, huh? So anyway, it's all good. All right.
It's the capital of IKEA. It's right next to Sweden.
Yeah.
Wow. Isn't Sweden north of you?
How do you know that? Who told you? That's
Okay.
a state.
I said most Americans, not this guy. No, okay. If y'all going to talk about me, I'll answer that question real quick. Why do I know so much about Europe and it's particularly the Nordic and Scandinavian countries? Is because I made the mistake of doing reactions to their bands.
Yeah, okay.
And if you say Nightwish is from Finland, you're fine. If you say Nightwish is a Swedish band, oh my God. Where's Sabaton from? Where you know, I'm just going to start saying it's Frozen. Let it go. And then everyone hates me. So, okay. We're wasting enough of the time because we have limited time. The label only gives us so long to chat and plot and scheme evilness throughout the world. Okay. So you guys got started in 2017 or 2015?
2015, we like at the end of 2015, we put out the first song in December from the first EP, and then we released that in 2016.
Okay. Now you guys had moderate success especially in Denmark, but then something happened. You guys played live.
Yeah.
And I've heard the stories. When it comes to deathcore in general, you could put out albums and people will like your music. But you let one person come to a deathcore live show and they're in. They're addicted. They're locked.
I think that's a very like true observation. I also feel that's where this kind of music actually shines. Like that's where you get the full experience. I feel like we get a lot of people who will like come up to us after the show. We're like, I'm not usually into this genre, but I really like this. Like that was really cool. Like,
I think
I can confirm that he's not lying. Was that a band called Suicide Silence open for Ginger?
Yeah.
And if you've never seen a deathcore metal band before, and I hadn't, and especially my girlfriend hadn't, she sat there on the balcony doing this. Watching the sea of humanity in the pit, watching Eddie just hold that crowd like right in the palm of his hand. Didn't understand a fucking word. I had no idea what he said, and it didn't matter. I was in. Deathcore could be the greatest live performance genre you're ever going to see, where you may not get it until you can experience it live.
Well, yeah, I think that's very true. Like, I feel like a lot of the genres, especially like core, there's like some energy in it. There's like, it might sound good and it might work for you in the gym, like when you're listening to it in the headphones. But once you go to the show, that's where like it peaks. That's what it's supposed to like written for, like the stages.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh. So yeah. What we're saying is we wasted the first 6 minutes of this interview to tell all of you, you need to buy the album that I'm showing right here. But just as important, if this band and all my friends in America, if this band hits a North American tour, I don't care who they're with, they could be opening up for the Backstreet Boys. By the way, they won't.
We would love to though.
Yeah,
we would love to though.
The opportunity
And then the Backstreet Boys come out and the whole crowd just starts throwing shit at them. And they're like, thanks guys. And you're like, no problem. No, but
Jimmy Carter or whatever. I can't remember the names.
but that's the thing though. My job is to make sure that everyone here in America understands the genius that's coming out of Europe right now. There's a renaissance of all metal genres going on. And a lot of that has to do with the last 2 years.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, I want to ask you guys real quick. This new album's coming out next month, October 21st. I've already pre-ordered mine. So,
Awesome. So much.
And all of you need to do that too.
Yeah.
But I got to ask, similar to a lot of other bands on this label and all the other labels, the last 2 years, tragedy creates wonderful art. How much of the last 2 years influenced this wonderful, beautiful woman wearing roses and blood on her face?
I feel like all of it. Like, I feel like the album is called Magnum Territus, which translates to the Great Decay. So that's kind of like, the whole album is kind of like written during a period of time where it felt like our lives were falling apart around us. Both on personal levels, also professional levels. Like when the pandemic hit, we just did our first full tour of the US. We had a US work visas that we
wanted to take advantage of and get a second US run, but we obviously didn't get a chance to do that.
No, we paid so much money for those fucking visas.
Yeah.
And can I swear on the podcast?
Well, watch your fucking mouth, bro.
Okay, I'll
shut the fuck up.
Yeah. No, but so we spent so much fucking money on those, and it was so hard to get them. We finally got them, and we did our first tour of the US with Ingested and Last 10 Seconds of Life and Ritual Discord, and it was awesome. We're like, yeah, fucking quitting our jobs, let's fucking do it, let's go all in. Pandemic, no refunds. We dropped our second album we spent so much time and money on, not able to do anything with it because we're just stuck at home and
Yeah.
That was
So
fun.
every inch of the pandemic inspired the latest album, basically.
Okay, so because you said it, I'll go ahead and read it because I did the research ahead of time. Magno Interitus. The great decay comes for all of us. No one gets out. Our lives are cloaked in the darkness shroud. The great day is on its way. Through the concrete cracks it seeps. Through every hole it seeps. Yeah, that seems pretty damn poignant.
Yeah.
Doesn't get any more serious than that. For you guys in Denmark, how was the pandemic set up for you guys? It's a very small country compared to the US where it's really spread out. So how was it for you guys during the pandemic? How did you guys deal with that?
I got
a lot of loneliness
yeah.
at first, like everyone else, I think.
Yeah, we lived together that whole bit, so we just hang out in the apartment.
We just most of the time we just played Nintendo Switch,
Worked out.
and worked out. So
and then you got forced to go back to work.
I was an essential. I'm an essential worker, so obviously I had to go back to work early and get exposed to COVID a lot.
But they sent you a cool photocopied letter that said thank you
from Amir. Yeah.
Glad you didn't die.
Yeah,
thanks.
Exactly. No raise or anything. Just thank you for participating.
Thank you for not dying.
Yeah.
I do also want to say this, and this is no dig to you guys at all because you know how it is. But first off, your name is Christian Hammer.
Yeah.
You have gorgeous hair.
Thank you. Sir.
You're a talented guitarist. Nobody feels sorry for you. Nobody feels sorry for you. He looks like Kip Winger from 1987. You know, playing some hair metal. You know, all the women. Hey, it's Christian. He's like, I'm gonna be in a deathcore band because I don't want to. I'm tired of being pretty. You can't get away from the pretty, babe. Can't get away from it. Okay, so tell me what the plan is. Okay, I just did a reaction to the video you guys just released. I want to talk about that a little bit. Again, I'm new to deathcore, and everything I've liked, it has to be intricate. It's got to tell a story. It can't just be, freaking out. It just can't be screaming into a mic, unintelligible. Well, can't stop that. Let's be honest. But similar to you guys, I guess I can name drop this since you're wearing the shirt, Christian.
Oh, shit.
I did notice, there are some similarities in a certain vocalist with blonde hair sound to another very popular vocalist and how you have multiple harsh vocal stylings. You don't just do low end harsh, you do the screech, you do the lock in. How long did it take you to learn how to do all that, or are you just winging it?
I think I've been at it for a while, but it's been on and off. Like I had a period of time where I just played bass in bands because I didn't want to be a vocalist for a while. And I've been doing it since I was like 16, but with CABAL is like where I started really taking it seriously and actually being, okay, I want to build a real repertoire of things I can do so we can actually switch between things and it's not just, so it's not going to be the same thing.
Like monotone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Growl, something like that. Yeah.
I mentioned that in the reaction that the only way that deathcore can reach people that aren't just there to literally elbow the shit out of people in a mosh pit is to be able to tell a story. And if it's not melodic spoken word that it's easily understood by the common person, this idiot, you have to be able to tell the emotional story with different vocals. I want you, as a harsh vocalist that does different layers, confirm for everyone, boys and girls, children of all ages, you can't just throw this out. It takes technique. You have to practice. Explain to them, because you're the first person they get to interview that really does different forms of harsh vocals. Confirm that it's not easy and you need to do it right.
Look into the mic and give them a life lesson with small children.
This is the public service announcement.
Exactly.
No, yeah, it's like it's a technique, and it's a technique where if you don't practice, if you think you're gonna be a rock star and get drunk every night and party every night on tour, you're gonna fucking blow your voice out in 3 days, and you're gonna sound like shit, and it's gonna be really embarrassing for everybody being at the show. So, like what I do, I warm up for like half an hour. Usually, I have my vocal mist thing, which kind of like moisturizes my vocal cords. It's like this. It makes water. What's it called? Like
it's just
vaporizes
like
water. And I drink tea to cool down. I have this entire ritual built around how I'm able to do this like every day for a month. So it's the least rock star thing you'll ever see.
I was going to say, this is the least metal thing you've ever done in your life. Yeah. But no, it's true. Like even Will Ramos, right? He goes out there, he does all these things, and he goes to this whole interview where they're like, he's talking about the literal unmetal things he has to do to maintain your instrument, because it is an instrument. Yeah. One thing about this new video I just reacted to the other day from you guys, and I mentioned was, okay, for those of you who don't appreciate harsh vocal, and there's a lot of people out there, it's not their thing, and I get that. I tell them to, if they can't accept harsh vocal as a part of the musical instrument, realize that the rest of the band is telling the story musically in the build outs. It's not just, okay, we're going to play this power D, then we're going to go to an E, and then the last 2 minutes, we're just going to thrash this G and fuck it. It's not like that. It's the musicianship is insane. It's not just, it's not like Slayer. You remember, you guys are probably young though. I'm actually old enough to remember when Slayer was, I remember when Slayer was your age. Okay.
Okay, that's a while.
So the geriatric death metal that is now, it was just, we're going to play power chords and it's going to be thrashed all the way through and we're going to shock the people. After so long, shocking the people doesn't work. You have to engage them.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited that on this video we just did, there was a lot going on that I had to literally stop and go back and listen to it again to catch all the different parts. You guys are taking this shit really seriously, and I really love it. So now that we've talked about the loud, unintelligible voice in the room, yeah. Christian, can you explain? Now I don't know how much both of you have to do with the music writing. What do you go through for the process of this stuff to design an album, knowing it's going to be loud, knowing it's going to be fast, knowing it's going to make the children get all fucking crazy like? How do you still get your message across and remembering that you're an artist first? Explain the music making process for you guys.
So I'm probably going to burst some bubbles now, since we have two Chris's in the band, and I'm Chris 2. And Chris 1 is the one who's the main songwriter, and he's taking care of his kids. Yeah. So he's the one you should ask these questions. But when you say this, I feel like Andreas and Chris, they have a very like close work relationship when they write the albums we do.
Yeah. And so I would say one of the things that's super important, like in doing this, is dynamics, which is where I feel like a lot of bands kind of like fall off, because they think like, do we want to beat the heaviest? We're just gonna like chuck like downstroke heavy chucks all the way through. But then like if it has nothing to like, if you're doing that all the way, you're not gonna get like that shift where it like really hits you.
Yeah,
it's kind of like sound. It's gonna sound and understand the logic behind it, but it's gonna sound bland and it's not gonna hit as hard. So like you need dynamics. I think that's like the key, and also like actually tight songwriting.
Yeah.
Like write fewer part. Like what we like to do is like we'll have a lot of repetitions, but what we'll do is like we'll change some small stuff in each repetition. So it's gonna basically be the same that's played, but it's gonna be small things,
variations. Yeah. And I know Chris has tropes that he always want to like utilize every time he writes a new album. So he has like one thing that he wants to like repeat during the whole like all throughout the album.
Yeah.
It might be like multiple things, but if you like listen closely to like Drag Me Down or Margaret Roth, there are these like intricate small details that is like plastered all over the release. That at that time, Chris was very inspired, or like he wanted to do like that. Yeah.
And that's what I mentioned before, and I'm trying to get the deathcore audience and the non-deathcore audience to realize that every time you guys would run through the lines, you'd run through 3 measures on a line, whether it be the verse or, and a lot in the choruses, but I'm seeing it in the verses. You'll play through the first line chorus out, first line verse and chorus, and then you'll come back to the second line verse and chorus. It's not the same thing. It's arranged the same, but the composition has layers added, sometimes removed. And my favorite thing that I heard on this last song is the use of rests, the use of breaks, the use of stops. Because if you are a live band or you writing a song, you can go through and it could just be breakneck the whole time. But if you're playing for a live crowd, you can't expect the pit to just go nonstop. If you give them a little lull and they stop and they look around and they look at you and you can make that eye contact with them, even a small break can build an anticipation, like a good cliffhanger in a book.
Then there's time for people to like say, yeah, or, woo, like in between like smacks.
Yeah.
We love that.
Or separate for the next wall of death. Yeah. So, we've only gotten to see really only one song so far. I'm assuming we're going to have another one before October 21st from you guys.
And you out next week?
Yep.
That's when this interview comes out.
Perfect. So, on the 7th of September, so maybe yesterday, there's a new song out for you watching. I don't know.
You can't tell me anything about the song that, well, technically we just heard when this comes out. So without giving anything away, because we're taping this a week early, and although you can trust me, don't trust me, because I'm stupid, I'll mess up. What were your favorite parts about this song that we just reacted to? I mean, personally, what were your favorite parts about this song?
Visually or musically?
Yes.
When they did that thing, that's pretty cool.
The cool thing.
Yeah. You know, you remember that thing, Richard. You know.
Yeah, that thing the thing that made me go, oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking cool, right? I really enjoyed that.
I swear to God, if there's nothing in this video that makes me go, oh my God, I'm going to blame both of you. They said there was going to be a oh my God thing, and there wasn't.
Oh, I feel like what I really like about that song, if you're getting a little bit serious, is the simplicity of the groove.
Really?
Yeah.
But see, you need that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you an example. A fellow artist on the label that you're on, okay? They put out their new album, Malicious Intent, right?
Oh, yes.
Completely different than anything they've done. Why? They actually have a damn ballad on it.
Yeah.
And they have songs that are so simplistic. You're like, I want to hug these guys, or I want to, they're like me. They're writing for me. It's not some Neil Peart Rush. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. No, not to give shit about Neil Peart. He's the God, rest in peace, sir. But sometimes you can write stuff that's so elaborate, you lose an audience. Sometimes you need something that's like, you know what? That's playlist, because I can jam to that. No matter, I don't even have to think about it. I can just get in.
Exactly. Compared to all the other like stuff we released, you could like consider this our ballad.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I don't want to kind of ballad.
Like, it's the closest I'm ever going to get to a ballad.
Get to a ballad, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying shit.
Yeah.
I'm making stuff up to kind of go along with the video that we can't tell him about, that he hasn't seen. But when this interview comes out, they've all seen it. And Old School Nerds, exactly. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, the last video that from before, loved the use of the shadow art, that painted version. I love the tree, fruited and death nooses. There's just, the imagery was there. You guys took your time. It was, I loved every bit of it. Okay, so you have 3 minutes to tell everybody anything you want to say. I mean, go for it. This is your time. The idiot's going to shut up, and you say anything you want to say about this album, upcoming dates, This is your time.
I might tell people why kids love the taste of cinnamon crunch.
Yeah, you're
I'm taking the 3 minutes back. No, I'm kidding. Go.
No.
Yeah, so the new album, Magnet and Territories, is going to be our third studio album. The first one we're releasing through Nuclear Blast. It's going to be out on the 21st of October, which is placed somewhere around here today.
It's right.
It's close. Go down a little bit. You're pointing at the woman's face. There, they're perfect. You got it.
And we'll, in addition to that, we'll do the Never Say Die tour with After the Burial and the Suicide Silence.
Yeah,
Yes.
Fight as well.
And Invent, Animate, and Currents, and Boundaries.
And Boundaries as well.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a big ass festival. I'm super excited about it because I used to go to that traveling festival when I was a teenager. So actually playing it for the second year in a row now is amazing.
Yeah.
All right. This is just for all the fans of Nuclear Blast out there. Name one Nuclear Blast artist or band you guys would love to do a collaboration with.
Fit for an Artist. Oh, we already did.
We did that. Miss Sugar, right?
Yeah.
Lamb of God.
Yeah. And Malevolence.
Yeah.
There's so many good bands.
Okay, well if that's the case, I'm gonna call Alex right after this.
Awesome.
Why not? Fuck it, let's do it.
We love Malevolence. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, I gave away 3 of their albums out last week, so that was a good time. All right, these are the boys from CABAL.
Cable.
CABAL. We're gonna go with it. It starts with the C and it kicks your ass. Okay. Magno Enteritis comes out October 21st. October 25th is my birthday. Shut up. Hey, I need one of those albums for my birthday. I'm just that's my wish. All right. So this was the amazing and beautiful Christian. And I'm not saying you're less beautiful, but come on.
What was he? Tell again, Richard.
The less beautiful.
I'm not saying he's okay. He's just not gorgeous. He's not Christian Hammer gorgeous. And he's okay with that.
No, I'm not.
Well, yeah, no. You can walk down the street and not get mobbed.
You touch my boy like that?
No, because there's the rule, okay? The louder you are on stage, the quieter you are in interviews. Thank you for overcoming that, guys. And the crazier and more evil you look on stage, the cooler and sweet and gentle you are off stage. It's a true fact.
Off stage.
No, dude, Alex Cooper looks like the devil himself for decades. He's one of the coolest people on the planet. So there you go.
I'm not.
No.
What? No, you're not helping at all. Okay, I'm ending this interview. You guys are way too much fun. Hey, I expect at least a message on Instagram saying, Old School Nerd, we got our American visas back. They were expensive. You're going to show up, right?
Yeah.
If it's within a 6-hour drive, man, I'm there.
And then it's a maybe.
Then I might be there.
Oh, I'm going to be there. No. If it's, I'll figure it out. I'll find a way.
Okay.
All right.
We'll make that happen.
Yeah.
My name is Old School Nerd. These are the amazing, they even said they weren't the brains behind the album, but they're 2 of the guys in the band.
I'm not. I'm just sorry, dude.
I just
drink beer, bro.
I just play guitar and bring in the groupies. That's what I do. I'm pretty.
He just plays the guitar and drinks the beers.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's got a job.
Right.
Exactly.
Hey, look, seriously, no kidding aside, thank you guys for being so pleasant. There are sometimes artists come on these interviews and they're just like, okay, I gotta be careful. I gotta say the right thing. And it's not like that. It really isn't. It shouldn't be. It should just be us hanging out.
Yeah, exactly.
And if not, I'll just, I'll send you a message. Oh my God. She ripped me apart because that thing about the sheep I said. Who knows? All right, guys. Hey, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for
having
having
us.
Peace out, guys. See you later.
Bye.